Good morning and good day, friends. I hope you're doing really well. So, I just want to start off this video with saying, for those of you who are sensitive folks and who know me actually fairly well, if you're sensing a little bit of heavy-heartedness right now, it's that my video partner, Chuck, that you guys all, if you've been watching my videos for the last like 4 to 5 years, he's pretty much with me in every video. Well, Chuck is not doing so well this morning. And I don't know what kind of day today is going to be. So I'm just letting you know, if you're sensing heavy-heartedness in me, that's what's going on. But I did have this agenda. So I want to be a clear and good example of how sometimes when you can feel really sad and worried, being able to own up to what you're having to compartmentalize, I think is really healthy. So that's what I'm doing right now, is being really honest about it, because you might sense it anyway. I'm doing okay. I'm not loving the options I have right now in terms of helping him. So we'll see how it goes. But just want to let you know that I'm doing okay, but I'm okay and sad at the same time. And I'm also grateful to be here with you to do another live video. Those of you watching the recording or the, let me know that you're watching a replay. I appreciate knowing about where you're at and who you are and what's going on for you as well. So I had a person ask me as soon as yesterday, what do I do with the mentality of I can only eat until the clock says XYZ? What do I do about that? And I kind of want to make it simple for us today. So there's the cognitive, there's the emotional, and then there's where you feel like something's good and right and doable in your bones. So we're going to talk about all those, because you can't usually have one without the other. Yeah, thank you, Carol. Appreciate that. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you. All right. I hope so too, Destiny, but we'll see what happens. I'm not sure. So I'll go into the details in another video, because if I start talking about it, our video is going to be lost. So let's just leave it at that. I will come back around and actually tell his story. So anyhow, I'm compartmentalizing right now. You can see that that's happening. And I'm only smiling because I know I'm doing it, and not because, I'm happy about it. So in our heads, we have to realize that a clock obviously is just a thing that keeps track of time. It cannot keep track of when or how much you should be eating. So let's just remember it very simply. Now, I know that sometimes there is some helpfulness in knowing when you have a break, whether it's at school or at work, and that's just the time and availability you have to eat. So you might eat at 7:30 in the morning before you head to school, or you might eat at noon because that's when your workplace gives you a lunch break. So that's when you decide to eat. But it doesn't mean that's the only time you can eat. You might find that you get hungry at 11:47, and hopefully you're not too raging hungry that you can make it 13 more minutes. And I think that's where the issue we bump into is that having certain times we eat because of circumstances isn't the problem. It's thinking that's the only time you can eat, and that's the problem. And so let's start to cognitively reframe. Okay, who says that I have to wait till 12 when I have all the time and space in the world to sit here and eat in my office in private anytime between 8 and noon that I need to eat? Who says I can't do that? And what's going to bubble up is that you're going to notice some of your childhood or diet mentality rules in which you should eat. And you have to recognize that not one single bit of those has anything to do with your hunger and your appetite and your need to eat, so you can move on with your moment and your day. So that's the cognitive. The emotional is that you might have some belief systems tied up with your worth, with like how far you can make it. And if I could just make it a little longer, maybe I can eat less calories today, and then I get to undereat, and maybe I can either keep my weight down, or I can not gain weight, maybe I can lose weight, or maybe I can keep numbing up my feelings for like 10 minutes or 27 more minutes, or whatever it is that's going on in the moment in your system. So There's your emotional. You have to decide, is this the way, obviously would I come to a friend who is like, I'm really struggling or I'm really hungry. And I'd say, if you want to be a more powerful person, and a more worthwhile person and a person that can show their strength, then you got to wait 7.5 more minutes before you can eat. We would never do that. It's cruel and just kind of weird, to be honest. We wouldn't do that. And so let's not abandon ourselves in our reality that wow, I'm feeling really sad. And I notice if I keep myself really busy and pacing and avoiding my hunger, and I'll wait till noon, and then I can have a break. Again, it's emotional abandonment. We don't want to do that. So again, the suggestion is going to be, what can I do to bring some more safety to what is absolutely needed and necessary, which is I need to build my capacity to allow myself to eat what I need to eat and feel what I need to feel. And then lastly, the schematic. So you're going to find that when I make these suggestions, a part of you is going to maybe get rigid or maybe get a little spacey, because some part of you is afraid of all this, that what the right thing is to do. Our consciousness knows, our adult wise part of ourselves knows that no, it's not nice, it's not kind to, it's not healthy, physiologically, if you're hungry and you don't have to not eat for some reason, and you're waiting for the clock to strike 9 or 3 or 6 or whatever to let yourself eat. We know that's not cool, but there might be a part of us that feels like that's what I know. That's how I can keep my internal dysregulation somewhat organized, even though that's not true organization or true safety. I know part of you knows that. And this is where it still comes back to safety. You're going to have to practice breaking the rules on purpose and do it in a way that you feel like that's, not going to blow your circuits out, but you also do it in a way that you have the tools you need handy, So if you're feeling like, I know that I'm hungry by 9 o'clock, but I push it off till 10, I know that. I'm going to admit it. And my goal today, my experiment today is I'm going to eat when I feel ready for it. And I know that's going to bring some fear. Then you might want to bring some things to help settle the fear. That might mean pushing against the wall, sitting on a ball and rocking, getting in a hammock. It might be honestly getting on text or call, hey, guess what, best friend, sister, whatever. I'm just going to chit chat with you and eat my snack because I know I need it right now. And anything else would just be disingenuous to the fear I'm having and the hunger need I'm having. So I hope this video is encouraging to you and nourishing to you as well. Please share it with anybody that you know needs some help with breaking those time and food rules. And if anybody watching the replay, please let me know what nuances you have around this struggle so I can maybe dip my toe in there a little deeper with you and help you out a little bit more. Anybody else here live, thank you so much for coming live and your well wishes. I always appreciate you. I am getting kind of my legs back underneath me right now. I've taken a little break from lives. I just didn't want to oversaturate you all and all that kind of thing, but I'm ready to kind of jump back in. And if you have any topics you'd like to be discussing, please let me know so I'm just not screaming in the wind. And until next time, please everybody take good care, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.